So what's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's the places where all gamers' voices are heard, and your boy Jay is dropping that word. So what's good with you guys, man? Yeah, man, I thought it was another time to drop another dose of reality like usual. Um, man, I wanted to do an interesting topic, man, that I've been seeing going around. You guys know how I do. I check up what's going on with a lot of these guys, man, and in the gaming communities, man, and it's crazy, man, out here. Now you guys can see the title. It's having to do with, is the PS5 really outperforming the Series X? And I wanted to dig into that, man, because the stuff I'm seeing out here is pretty crazy, man. And I want to tell you guys what sparked me to really do this video, man, because I mean, I'm sure this is an issue. A lot of you guys, if you know what's going on, you've been seeing the comparisons between the Series X, the S, and also the PS5 with a lot of these different cross-gen games, and even some games that are, well, they're still cross-gen games overall. I mean, honestly, we haven't seen any new, truly all the way from the ground built up next-gen games just yet. So, it's still early on, but, that hasn't stopped the comparisons, right? Which is perfectly fine, man. But what I find interesting, man, is, and the reason why, what led me to do this video, man, is I'm not going to mention no names. Y'all know how I do. I'm just, I'm really, unless someone wants to directly call me out and got something to say, well, then I will directly respond. And that depends too, because I don't just respond to trolls. If you have a real issue or criticism, and that's not some troll on some troll BS, it's all good. I'll have something to say. But if you're on that troll BS, I don't feed trolls. But anyways, moving on. So man, I'm gonna leave this cat's name out. However, he had a video, man, and if you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about, where he's literally talking about what is going on with Xbox, where there's a issue where there with the performance on a lot of these comparisons. And what is the issue where it seems that in one spot, it seems to just have this frame drop. Everything else is fine, but in this one spot. And why is that happening? So, and he's kind of scratching his head about it, like, what is going on with that? Where it seems like it's this one spot where it's having this frame drop. But everything else is fine, usually, but it's always this one spot on Xbox. It doesn't seem to happen on a PS5, but it's happening on Xbox. And he's going through all these scenarios, man. And it's crazy to me, man, because it's really funny, man, where, the truth, can set you free, but to a lot of people, the truth will blind you, where they just can't see it. It's right in front of your face, man. So I'm going to break these things down, man, where this cat obviously doesn't get it. He can't seem to understand why these things are happening. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down for everybody, man. And hopefully maybe this cat might listen to this or might, have somebody school him on this and let them understand why that is happening. Because it's some really simple reasons why that's happening, man. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down. So think about the premise of this, right? What is the premise? The premise is one single thing is happening to where we're taking that one single thing and then acting like overall something is not good, right? Now, think about this. What is making that happen? Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of you who are listening to me right now has ever hooked up a expensive fancy machine to your video game you're playing and then tried to record every single scene, every single piece of gameplay in that game to see if 1 or 2 frame drops happens? Tell me, who of y'all who have done that? Honestly, what gamer does that, right? Where you're just like, oh, okay, I gotta scan my game, and look, it was almost 1 frame drop. Look, oh, that's a lack in performance there. I don't know if they gave me my money's worth. I mean, who honestly is really doing that? Nobody, right? I mean, come on, really, honestly, who's doing this? So the only way where you're going to see this is from these analysis, right? Where Digital Foundry and others who are trying to emulate them or who made that's their forte, right? And they look at this. So think about what is their target. What are they really after, right? If you really think about it, they're a channel, and just like any other channel, or any other organization, they need eyes on them, right? They need attention. And that attention produces money. So if you really look at it for what it is, right? You'll notice a lot of these comparisons are where in some spot, whatever that spot may be, maybe a scene, it's maybe not even gameplay. It's actually a scene. It's a cut scene where the Series X will drop a frame or two, right? And the PS5 in that particular scene won't drop a frame or two, right? And that'll be blown up into this huge thing like, oh, look, the PS5 has outperformed the Series X. And literally it outperformed it because of 2-frame drops. It's like 2-frame drops that you would never notice if you were just a gamer playing the game, but now all of a sudden you noticed, right? And what's interesting to me is, when you focus on that, you just forget these people who do these analysis seem to just completely forget that game as a whole, not just in one single spot, had a better resolution. It may even have better textures and better shadows and better effects on the Series X versus the PS5. They'll just kind of forget about that and only focus on those 2 drop frames that happen in that one cutscene. And my thing is this: when you see that, it tells you only one thing. When something that you would never notice as a gamer gets blown up into a huge thing to the point where they could claim, oh, look, the PS5 is outperforming the Series X. What you produce is simply more clicks and attention for your platform. That's all it comes down to. Okay, all this comes down to is these organizations, whether they're a YouTuber, whether they're IGN or whoever they are that's claiming this stuff, they're simply looking for more clicks that is going to fuel a console war so that they can continue to keep getting more clicks from. It's as simple as that. So when you make this all complicated, oh, well, it's this reason, that reason, but what, and especially if you're an Xbox guy, you sitting here talking about, well, oh, but really the tools are not ready. Yeah, those things may be all true, but this doesn't even have nothing to do with that, because the fact is, a few drop frames is something no gamer would actually even notice anyway. The focus here is, why are they making like 2 drop frames is the end all be all? Why are we not making that the game on a Series X literally plays at a higher resolution the whole game than the PS5? Why is that not what the story is, right? So it's funny that the last generation, the Xbox running at 900p versus 1080p was the whole story for all these so-called analysts, right? You had Digital Foundry and everybody else running with, oh, well, the Xbox seems to be in 900p, but the PS4 is in a strong locked 1080p. And that meant everything, right? Resolution meant everything. But don't you find it kind of curious that in this generation, all of a sudden, resolution don't mean nothing? Who cares, right? Who cares about resolution because Xbox has the resolution? Who cares? Now it's about, well, if we can find any scene or any part where we could say a frame dropped that didn't drop on PS5. Oh, yep, look at that. Whoop, the Xbox, whoop, it got outperformed. And all that does, man, is it spears more controversy. It spears more clicks. And the only ones who benefit from this is these digital foundries and these other places, these YouTubers that gets clicks off of this crap. So it really bothers me, man, when I see Xbox guys just sitting there. You see this guy sitting here scratching his head, wondering, oh, well, what's wrong? He's literally taking it to the point where he thinks something's wrong with Xbox. It's just really sad. Bro, you got a console that's giving you better visuals, better resolution, and is at 60 frames per second. Be happy. But of course, you can't be happy because you're more concerned about some clickbait channel that is literally just trying to find anything they can to literally discredit the Series X. And you got to remember, they do this simply to get clicks. So it's really a funny thing, man. Where these guys can't see the truth that's right in front of your face, man. And I would tell you, any of you guys, especially you Xbox guys out there that is saying something about this, I would tell you, you could bring up, man, I would rather get 60 with a higher resolution and it dropped 2 frames that I'm not even going to notice than a whole game with just a lower resolution. I don't know about you, but I would rather the latter. To me, 4K 60 is where it's at, okay? And in a cutscene, if it drops 2 frames, I'm not going to notice that. It's like, and that's not going to really matter. Overall, does that really matter? Is that going to destroy your game so much? I mean, this guy even mentioned destroyed and then he corrected himself. Like, as if that destroys your experience. Like, I mean, this is how much that these guys are good. I mean, I'm talking about these organizations and these channels are good at distracting you from, the truth, which is the Xbox is just a overall better console. And you have the best version on the Xbox. That's not talked about. All you can think about is, oh my God, it dropped 2 frames. Oh my God, it got outperformed in that one spot by the PS5. I mean, this crap is just sad, man. So, man, I wanted to just, hit out that, that real reason on that and just really dig into this, man. I'm not going to go any further than that. That's pretty much my point on that. I really think we're at a sad place, man, where everything is just, from politics all the way to, gaming now. Everything is about just centralizing everything. Everything is just about clicks and just trying to, you don't need to tell the truth. And in fact, it's discouraged to tell the truth at this point. At this point, you just say whatever you need to say to get attention. You know what I mean? And I think we're at a real bad place with that, man, where in any conversation, you can't even have a conversation because you're dealing with some Sony fanboy that literally just makes up whatever makes them feel better. You can't even, there's no facts, there's no reason, there's no logic. It's just, I just make up whatever makes me feel better about my PS5, my dear PS5 and dear Sony. And instead of just looking at the facts of the matter, no, none of that. And it's really sad that that's where it's at, man. And then you have these networks that profit off of these, these cult-like minded thinking type of people, which is going to be another video I'm going to get into again, but at another time. But it's just really a sad reality, man. And you just got to realize that you're always going to have, people that's going to try to profit off of, people like this. It's obviously the Sony fanboy insecurity is at a fever pitch. And there's always going to be channels that wants to capitalize off that, man. And you're not going to get a bigger audience of clicks from than Sony fanboys, man, that are insecure. I mean, that's really the biggest market. That's why you was seeing people like MBG and Crap Gamer. All these people go over to all of a sudden they're on talking to a bunch of PlayStation fanboy stuff because this is where they're chasing the clicks, man. They're chasing the money. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is with all these guys that do this stuff, man. Hey, to each their own. But that's what I do. I'm here to tell the truth about it, dig into the facts of the matter, and just tell the truth about it, man. And really, you guys, it's going to be up to you guys to really call this stuff out and, just be fed up with this type of nonsense, man. And just have these guys get to a point where they can have an honest conversation. Instead of everything just being a bunch of, I'm trying to do everything and anything I can do to get clicks. So yeah, man, that's going to be the end of this video, man. I hope you guys, I hope you guys, man, enjoyed it. Man, you guys hit me in the comment box. Tell me what you guys think. Give me, guys, your opinion. I would love to hear your opinion on this. Until next time, man, I'm gone.